I'm just a guy who loves Disney and has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e and sorry for missing last week, but we had that little mini blizzard here in Baltimore which pretty much shut everything down. I had to dig out people and everything, and just it was also my grandmother's birthday and we celebrated that, so I was going to do my show before then. I was away all day doing video stuff on Saturday, so I didn't have the time to do it then, so I literally honestly just ran out of time. And so yeah, I couldn't do it last weekend, so no top 10 this weekend, even though I know this is the last week in February. I want to do my reviews of the Steakhouse 55 and the Fantasmic dessert package. You know, today I was going to do them last week, so whatever. I guess you guys will have to hear my top 10 restaurants next year. So yeah, that was that's pretty much what happened. And hey, I just want to say thanks to everybody that showed up to the giveaway / live Q&A a couple weeks ago. That was a fantastic day. It was so great. I had a blast doing it, and I think everybody else had a good time doing it as well. There weren't any like troll people in there. It was just a good time. Everybody had a great time, and I know I did. And I sent off the giveaway winner's prize, and she got it, so I'm happy with that. Excellent stuff there. There were a couple people who actually stayed after the live Q&A and pretty much stayed all the way through until YouTube kicked them off after I stopped you know, going, and they weren't sure if I actually had read all of that stuff you know, that they posted, which was just some very nice things about me. So yeah, Tapjenko23, John Thompson, Windows Wielder, and James F. You guys stayed all the way through until YouTube kicked you off, and I did notice it, I did read it, and thank you guys for all the support over the years and being such good people. You know, I really enjoyed you know, hearing what you guys had to say, what you guys brought to the you know, Q&A and everything. That was just you know, great. Now the Where in the Land a couple times ago, actually oddly enough, was waiting for Fantasmic during the Fantasmic dessert package. I wasn't planning on doing that. It just was a random clip that I picked out, so that was actually pretty funny that it kind of fits in with today. I am going to be doing another giveaway in the beginning of April to or at least you know, it'll be a drawing at the, you know, in the beginning of April for the merchandise March stuff. So there'll be 3 winners this year, 3 winners, and you know, those 3 will be you know, will be able to get one of the things that I open up here. I think I got some pretty good stuff that I want to be showing you guys. Another Lego thing. I got a pretty cool Disney figure, you know, really neat stuff there. And then I got one of these you know, a Disney princess thing. So I didn't want to make it all, you know, boy stuff or stuff like that. You know, I wanted to throw in some Disney princess stuff in there as well. So hey, I love me some Disney princess stuff, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, so that's, you know, merchandise March stuff. Just a couple other things before I actually get into the show. My friend Kaia, she has a new channel. The link is in the description box below. It's, I don't know, Sugar Moon Kaia, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just Kaia. You know, my friend, you know her. She went to Disney World with me and my brother and my other friend Bob. You know, a couple years ago, she was the girl that went down with us, and she has a new YouTube channel, and she's doing makeup stuff and different vlogs and things like that. She just posted her first video up, so I wanted to give her a shout out. So good luck, Kaia. Hope you can keep doing videos and everything like that. It's just fun stuff. So you know, good luck. Keep it up. And finally, I got some new software, which means that I will be finally able to edit my Disneyland video on my big computer. So I do have that software. Everything's, you know, awesome. So I'll start to edit that, and hopefully, you know, maybe I'll upload each part differently, you know, different videos and things like that, because I'll upload each part you know, each day separately. So maybe I'll do that, so you'll see episode 1, episode 2, that sort of, or day 1, day 2, that sort of thing. So I might do that. So yeah, there you go. That's me caught up with 2 weeks. So let's get right to the news. Congratulations to Bob Chapek, or Chapek, for being named the chairman of the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. This move was made because of the recently promoted Tom Staggs. Bob Chapek is a 22-year veteran of the Walt Disney Company, and I wish him the best of luck. Keep it going, you know, keep it going, keep it up, and have some good upgrades for us, Bob. Do it, do it. Bruce Vaughn, the chief creative executive at Walt Disney Imagineering, shared a couple more teasers for the upcoming Avatar Land at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Along with a new piece of concept art came a video, which you're now seeing, which shows some of the lighting effects that Walt Disney Imagineering has been working on and more of the area models. Appearing in the video are COO Tom Staggs, who I just mentioned, Joe Rode from Walt Disney Imagineering, he's the guy with the earrings and stuff, John Landau from Lightstorm, and James Cameron, obviously the creator of Avatar. So they have some really cool things in mind. That video is awesome. I really can't wait to see what they do with the finished product. I really can't wait. A few more notes about this year's Star Wars weekends have trickled out. First, the Symphony in the Stars fireworks will once again return as the nightly finale, along with the Summon the Force pre-show to the fireworks featuring character appearances. Second, James Arnold Taylor will be back as the host for each weekend, and perhaps the biggest change this year will be the relocation of the celebrity shows from the Premiere Theater to the Theater of the Stars, which is where they hold the Beauty and the Beast show. Now, for fans of the Beauty and the Beast show, don't worry, the Beauty and the Beast show will continue to be performed in the mornings with a quick turnaround into a Star Wars set for the afternoons each of this Star Wars weekend, so keep that in mind. Theater of the Stars has more capacity but no air conditioning, which is unfortunate. So no word yet on which celebrities will be appearing, but stay tuned over the coming weeks. That should be coming out soon. The dates are in for this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. For all those dates, follow the links in the description box below. I don't feel like just saying them here. Just, you know, follow the links and you'll see them if you want to go to those. And finally, some rehab and refurbishment news. Some are big here, so you might want to, you know, stay tuned. The Big Thunder Mountain Railroad refurbishment has been pushed back to April, originally scheduled to begin on March 4th through March 7th. It is now scheduled for April 27th through the 30th, reopening to guests on May 1st. The refurbishment project at the Flame Tree Barbecue has been extended through to late April of 2015. Originally scheduled to reopen on March 1st, the refurbishment is now listed through to March 22nd, reopening to guests on March 23rd. During the refurbishments, though, some of the Flame Tree dishes are available at nearby kiosks, so they have your stuff there. Stitch's Great Escape in the Magic Kingdom will be closed for a refurbishment on March 1st and 2nd, reopening to guests on March 3rd. And the big one, Pirates of the Caribbean is scheduled to close for a major refurbishment later this year. The closure will begin on May 11th and run through to September 25th, reopening to guests on September 26th. That's like 4 months. Pirates of the Caribbean is experiencing a number of show and ride system issues that require a lengthy closure. They just need to really shut this down, clean it all up, make it good. Animatronic issues, show audio problems, and continuing issues with boats taking on water are all likely to be addressed. So hopefully, yes, no boats will sink and everything. So they'll redo everything, make it nice. They got 4 months to make it good. So let's, you know, hope that they do. And I'm sure they will. So that's news of the big news of the past 2 weeks. Let's get right to the reviews. Alright guys, the first thing I want to talk to you about today is the Fantasmic dessert package, which is obviously where you know, Fantasmic is in Disneyland, or the Disneyland park. Now, I went and looked this up, and I'm not sure if they still have this exact type of thing there anymore. They have a dessert package, but it's opened with this new restaurant. There's special seating for that. So I'm not quite sure if this is the exact same thing or if they completely discontinued this, but I want to review it anyway and kind of give you an idea of how these packages work. So you might not get this exact experience if you look for it, but you might find an experience similar to this. So I'm just going to keep going with it. All right. Now the main thing about this is this is all a pre-ordered thing. When I was getting my Disney tickets, they sold me on a couple things. One of them was this Fantasmic dessert package. I wanted to try to get experience as much as I could over there, and I've never been to one of these special dining area things before. So when the opportunity came up, I was like, you know what, I'm going to Disneyland, let's just go all out and have some fun with this. I'm not going to be reviewing Fantasmic here, just this dessert package and everything that you get with it. So you order your tickets online or pre-order them, call Disney, whatever. And when you get there, you want to make sure you stop at City Hall, especially the day of the Fantasmic, whenever you go or to watch Fantasmic. Stop at City Hall right there to the left, as you enter Disneyland, and grab your tickets. If you wait all day and then go to the place where they are taking whatever, you need tickets, actual tickets. They're pretty much just little fast passes, but you got to get them at City Hall. They don't print them out right there. So basically, I didn't realize that. That's why I'm stressing this right now. So when we it was the whole day, we wanted to deal with our Fantasmic stuff. I think it was the first day there. We're tired. We had just got, we just left John. So we were tired from everything that happened that day. The traveling and all that. We're just, we're a whole different time zone. So I had to run all the way from our Fantasmic seats, which is right in front of the Haunted Mansion, all the way to the City Hall. So wait in line there, grab the City Hall tickets. They had to, look up your reservation. I didn't remember what the reservation name was. It was Nick instead of Nicholas, that sort of thing. So whatever, they were really good with it. So I got them. I ran back with like a half an hour to spare, so it was okay. But it was just it was just very nerve-wracking at the time, because I didn't it was my first time at Disneyland, and I didn't want to mess up and go someplace I didn't need to or completely miss it. But it was much ado about nothing, and we sat down and enjoyed it, and it was a great time. Everybody helped us. It was good. So I'm going to take you through how this works. You grab your tickets, you give this, you give it to the lady, or you did. I'm not sure again if they're there, and this lady would take you to your seats. You can't, depending on how early you show up, depends on how close you get. They are kind of assigned seats, okay, you go down this row, go all the way down, and sit at the seat, where you are. We were, surrounded by people who were really good. Unfortunately, I think there was a kid behind me, and my brother and I are big people, and I don't like to have to, I don't want to, hinder anybody's view from, from this. But luckily, I think they switched with a dad or something like that, and he was taller than me, so he could see over me and all that. I always make sure to take my hat off. That's another big thing. Take your hats off. If you're standing in front of somebody, you don't want to impede their view of this awesome show. Fantasmic was great. It's actually one of my favorite shows there, and really cool. So you sit down, everybody, and your thing fills up, and then a waitress comes over, and they actually offer you drinks. Now the drinks are either water, a limited amount of soda. They have like Coke, Diet Coke, and Sprite, that sort of thing. They also have a tea. I don't think they have coffee though. I don't think they have coffee. I'm not sure. They might have coffee though. They if they have tea, I'm sure they have coffee. Then they hand you your dessert tray, which is this. It's a pretty big thing. You're seeing pictures where it has all these different desserts in it, and also some cheeses and some fruits. So you can go through this now and enjoy it, or eat while you watch the show. I wanted to keep one so I could take it back to the room and really go through it. So I did that. I kept mine down, and they give you a lot of stuff, a lot of repeat things, and some certain things that you can only get at the dessert, the Fantasmic dining dessert thing. I'll tell you more about that later. So because there was so much food, Nathan and I, we shared one, so that was good. And it's amazing to see, kids grab, they have their entire, their tray all to themselves, and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to eat all of this right now. And and their parents are like, oh, you're gonna, you gotta make sure you only eat a little bit. You're gonna get sick, or you're gonna stay up all night, that sort of thing. It's just, it's funny. There was actually a couple people in the row ahead of us who had done this before. They were kind of like Fantasmic dessert veterans, and they go, yeah, oh yeah, I do this every time I come down because I don't want to have to fight for a good vantage point. And yes, it's a it's a little more it's a little pricey, but it's totally worth getting a seat and the experience for my daughter and all that stuff. And I thought that was cool. So good job, guy. Good job. He was Canadian, so good job on that too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You get to sit around and chit chat with people, and then the show eventually starts. Now, as far as the seating goes, you're pretty much dead center where Fantasmic is. So if you're in the first row, you'll actually get some, an unimpeded view of this awesome show. So we were in, I believe, the second row. And it was just, it was great. Now I have some video that I want to show you, how everything is, and I'm also going to show you, I want to go through what each thing was in this little box. I'll tell you more about that, and so you'll get a good idea of where where we were sitting, and what comes with the little box thing. And I'll tell you, I'll cut to that, and then I'll come back, give you my final thoughts and review. Okay, so here is the Fantasmic dessert package. I'm not sure if it's there or not, but take a look. This was my experience.
Oh yeah, that's what I tell my wife. I'm like,
all right, Nate,
2 weeks ago,
here we are.
we had snow.
Fantasmic.
Wow.
Preferred seating dessert party. Yeah, boy.
Partying. Almost 3 weeks.
Partying.
Almost 3 weeks.
Partying like it's 1994.
I was 3 when that happened. I'm gonna Instagram my dessert. Because that's the kind of guy I am.
So there you go. This is the dessert package.
Ooh, they got baby bells.
I think I'll do a more in-depth look later. But yeah, so that's the Fantasmic little thing, and you get free refills on drinks.
The free refills, they give you another can.
Or whatever.
It's not particularly a refill. It's wax.
Plus we get to chill here for, whatever it is. That's awesome. Alright guys, here we are back home from watching Fantasmic, and we only used one of the dessert things, and this is what they give you. If you want to scale, this is my hand on it. I mean, it's pretty big, and each person that signs up for this gets this, so why not? I just wanted to, this is an untouched, unopened one, and I'm going to show you what is all in it. Okay, we take this off. We see all the different goodies that you can possibly get. And it comes with actually free drinks, or like free refill. Well, they have like Coke and Sprite and water and hot cocoa, things like that. I'm not sure if they had any juices or not. I don't remember, but it wasn't a whole lot, but it was, they give you free refills. So anyway, let's just go into this. You got some white chocolate and milk chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, truffle sort of thing. That's filled with caramel. That's like actual truffle, white chocolate and chocolate truffle inside. You got some grapes. You got this brownie thing. Got a little macaroon going down there. This is a little cheesecake with a chocolate Mickey on top. Then you got this other thing right here. It's like a lemon tart with a lemon candy on top. Now, this is actually one of the big things. It is a pastry that we found out. It used to be made down in the bakery on Main Street, but they don't do that anymore. They make them only for the Fantasmic dessert package. It's this raspberry jelly infused shortbread cake with this white chocolate with the stars and everything. It looks really nice, so that's really cool. Now if you want something savory, we got some different cheeses, different Baby Bell cheeses, and I got some Monterey Jack, medium cheddar, and some different Baby Bells. Here, Gouda, original. You got some plastic utensils. They look like, I don't know, but they're really plastic. A little napkin and some different crackers. But there you go. It's pretty much what you get with the Fantasmic dessert package as far as dessert and cheeses and drinks and all, like I said. And the seating was really great, but I'll talk more about that later, and you'll be able to see with that. So yeah, this is the Fantasmic dessert package. I highly recommend it, and you get just a ton of stuff, and it's all great. All tastes good. So yeah, we tore up the other one, but we really didn't get to this one. It was just a lot of stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Fantasmic dessert package. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. You got a lot of stuff for this, and honestly, I paid more for the seat because I wanted a good vantage point for Fantasmic, and that didn't disappoint. I didn't have to fight anybody for a good vantage point. I got to sit down, watch Fantasmic, and got some dessert while we were at it. So it was a great experience. We were surrounded by good people. Nobody really complained. We all tried to help each other out as far as seating and seeing. And I wanted to make sure that all the kids saw and had a good time, because, hey man, Walt Disney World is for the kids as much as we adults like to say it's for everybody. It's mainly for the kids, but we can get some enjoyment out of it too. So yeah, okay. Before I do my rating, I'm gonna do the Nate rating. So I told him, I asked him to give me a rating out of 5, and give me a 4-second blurb. So here he is. Out of 5, he gave this a 4.8. And what he said was the dessert thing was awesome. Seats were great. All the desserts were good, and they gave us both a big tray. Free refills on drinks was chill. The purple cookie with the raspberry filling was good as awesome. I had to rearrange some words and substitute because Nathan just doesn't care about censorship, but this is for the kids, so I'm trying to keep this PG. Yeah, he gave it a 4.8. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I'm not giving it 5 stars because yes, you do have to pay extra for this experience. This doesn't come with the price of admission. But if you have a little extra money, try this. This experience was great. You get a lot of dessert for your thing, and the seating, vantage point is great. Yeah, to me that was worth the money. Another great thing about this is if you actually reserve, or have reservations for the first showing of Fantasmic, you can sit in your seat while you still, have your desserts and watch Wishes from a pretty decent vantage point. Granted, you're off the, kind of to the side of everything, but you can watch Wishes right there while you sit down. And enjoy all that. So that's really cool. The fact that you can still sit there, they don't shoo you away, for the next showing of all that stuff. You can actually watch Wishes right after Fantasmic goes off, and still enjoy all your stuff. Now you can't do that for the the second showing of Fantasmic. Obviously, you can't do that. They shoo you away. But if you have reservations for the first showing of Fantasmic, you can still sit in your seat and watch Wishes. Excellent stuff. That was totally worth the price of admission for me. So, yeah. So yeah, Nathan gave it 4.8. I'm giving it 4. 4 big stars. The Fantasmic dessert package. I hope you guys like that, and check out all the other different little packages that Disney offers. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but usually it's worth the it's worth the extra funds, and they always give you a really good experience. So awesome. The Fantasmic dessert package, 4 stars. Check it out.
And now, a random Disney fact with File91e.
One of Walt Disney's main heroes and comedic influences was Charlie Chaplin, the great Charlie Chaplin. So much so that Walt's impersonation of him ranked second in all of Kansas City when he lived there.
And that was a random Disney fact with File91e.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's going to be something that I do each and every single week now. I was, toying with doing it, but I finally got, the graphics and, enough to do that. I wanted to make it kind of funny and silly like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy my random Disney fact with File91e. But anyway, the next thing I want to review for you today is Steakhouse 55. Now this experience was so good. When I was planning for Disney, I wanted to go to a good restaurant with my brother while I was down there. Whenever I go to Disney now, I'm an adult, I appreciate good restaurants and fine dining and things like that. And I want to, splurge a little bit of money and, enjoy myself. So one of the things that I wanted to look at was a good steakhouse over at Disneyland. And this was the steakhouse that I landed on. I saw it and I said, you know what, that's going to be the steakhouse that I enjoy. I know it. So Steakhouse 55 is where we went, and did not disappoint. Now this is a table service restaurant located at the Disneyland Resort, which was very handy because that's where we were staying. I love the Disneyland Resort, and during Preptember, I'll probably review it just to give you guys a good idea of what this hotel was, and just how much I really enjoyed it. So I can't stress that enough. Now this is located literally right next to Goofy's Kitchen over there, so if you go during a certain time, you might actually run into Goofy and you can get a little photo of Chef Goofy and everything like that, and an autograph. We had made our reservations way in advance, and I really urge you guys to do that too. This place does, pack up, especially if you want to get a good time. I think our reservation was like 5 or 6. And that's usually when they start their dinner and everything. They actually do also serve breakfast, which is a good thing too. So if you want some good steak and eggs, you can go to Steakhouse 55. No, but we went for dinner. So I'm going to take you through our little experience. We went in, asked for the reservation. They found it, and they just said, they were prepping our table. So we sat in the lounge, which is a very nice area, very swanky, very hip, very cool. You can get some beverages if you're an adult over there. They have a bar right there. So we were, looking at the menus and everything and really enjoying ourselves. And Nathan and I kind of dressed up, or at least I dressed up. Nathan wore his tuxedo T-shirt because, he's fancy. He's fancy like that. And this is one of the places, even though this is a very fancy, upscale dining experience, you can come right at, literally right out of the parks, in shorts and a T-shirt and enjoy. They don't really discriminate for that, so don't worry about having to dress up, for this place. That being said, if you're going for a romantic dinner, maybe you and your honey, and you're just going, all right. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, I love you too. I love you too. But you're going to get some kid chatter in the background. Yes, you will hear kids. They do have a kids menu and everything like that. So don't expect, the most romantic atmosphere. It's not very private, but the lights are dim, and if you don't mind, all that chatter and everything, you will enjoy this, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So the lounge, now they took us to our table. The table was very, just a decent sized table. It was nice. Everything was, primed and placed very well. It was a really good experience. There was, candles and everything. So it was good. Our waiter was also very good. He, he knew everything. He understood everything. Didn't have to write anything down. He had it all in his head, so I could tell he was doing this right. The ambiance was very good because it is a very dimly lit place. It did have a good feel to it. Like the Le Cellier, had a great feel to it as well. To me, I am going to say Le Cellier still edged out the Steakhouse 55 only because of the actual food, but the ambiance is right on point with the Le Cellier Steakhouse. So very good stuff there. After we, he asked for our drink order. He went and got them. We, ate some bread. The bread was good. We were kind of, just joking and all that stuff. And then, he came back and we ordered our food. I think we both got the either the porterhouse or the New York strip, something like that. I can't remember. All I remember is that it was delicious. So Nathan, we both got steak and potatoes. I think he got the au gratin potatoes. I got the mashed potatoes. And then I think we both got the creme brulee there. That's, I believe, is what we ordered. So, we get our food and we're looking through the drink menu, and they have a fantastic selection of whiskeys and scotch and stuff like that. I appreciate a good scotch. Look, I'm an adult. I will say I appreciate a good alcoholic beverage every now and then. This was every now and then, and it's not very often that you see this type of good scotch at a place. At least not around me. I don't go to many fine dining establishments here in Baltimore. I should, but I usually don't. I usually opt for the cheap menu because I saved up for this. So seeing it, Nathan and I both, splurged a little bit and got a glass of the Lagavulin 16-year, which was great, and we both enjoyed it, and it was just really cool to to just be in there. I was there with my bro, and I love my bro. He's awesome, and it was great to just have that awesome meal with him, and because I know he appreciated it, and it was just awesome being completely on the other side of our country, away from everything. Just like, oh my God, here we are at Disneyland eating this awesome meal. It's but it was really neat because after it was all done, we paid, tipped the guy really well because he was fantastic, great waiter. Like we walked out and it was still a little sunny. The sun was going down and we were walking back to our room, and just walking around and just seeing everybody having a good time, and the cool breeze. We kind of sat, and then I think that was also the night that we decided to go to the pool, so that was kind of fun. Yes, we waited 30 minutes before we went to the pool, but we just had a good time. It was just a good, chill moment, and it was just a great experience. It was the perfect end to a really, really great experience. Now, here is the Nate rating for the Steakhouse 55. Find it real quick because he texted it to me, because this is how Nathan rolls. 5.1 for the Steakhouse. Steakhouse 55 was great. The waiter was a boss. I think that's how he wants me to say it. Waiter was a boss. Lagavulin was awesome. Steak was possibly the best I've had. It's a bit pricey, but worth it if you can save up. And I can't say any more. That's exactly it. It was a great experience. A little expensive, but totally worth it. It's, I knew what I was going into when I saw this, and there was no surprises. Just a great steakhouse, great food, and just a great experience overall. Again, you don't have to dress up. Kids are totally welcome here. So if you and your family want to have a great night out and you're willing to pay a little bit to have some good food, obviously don't give. I wouldn't give them a steak unless they could appreciate a good steak. I've yet to meet a child that appreciates a quality steak. But who knows? Maybe you have that child, and he will want, or he or she rather, will want a great steak. Go for it, kids. Go for it. They do have a kids menu. But yes, it was great. I had a great time, and I would totally rate this 5 big stars. Steakhouse 55. Huge in my book, and definitely would recommend people to go there. I would highly go. I will go there again if I was over at Disneyland. If I ever go to Disneyland again, save up, I'll totally go to Steakhouse 55 again, just because I love it so much. But I would also have to check out some other things because I need more things to review. That sort of thing. So yes, Steakhouse 55 at the Disneyland Resort. 5 big stars. Highly recommended. Check it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Reviews. Again, check out my friend Kaia's channel. Links in the description, along with everything else that's in there. You know, it's important things that I really urge you guys to check out. Also, the giveaway, I'll give you more information on that. But we're going to start Merchandise March next week, so I got some stuff that I want to show you. It'll be one bit of merchandise that I bought, along with I'll talk about something or a bit of merchandise from the actual parks. I think it's going to wind up being the autograph books, the Disney maps, and there was one other thing that I couldn't remember, but one other item from the parks that I think you guys should experience while you go down there, or at least one of my favorites. But yeah, so if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go to Disney World and check out the dessert packages. Not even the dessert packages, any of the other show packages that they have. Like if you're seeing the World of Color, the dining package there was great. I love how they did all that, because you get the preferred seating, the preferred standing room, really, really great stuff. And check out Steakhouse 55, fantastic restaurant, great steaks, highly recommended. Now, if you are going to Disney World or Disneyland, be sure to go to allears.net, touringplans.com, wdwmagic.com for all your latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, along with Disneyland.com. They have all that information right there, live, up-to-date stuff. And yeah, so awesome. Merchandise March next week. It's going to be interesting. Really good stuff. I loved it last year. Hopefully I can keep it going, for the next couple years, and we should have fun with that. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week for another Disney News and Reviews. And where in the land am I this week? Bye guys.